Hello, welcome to My Green Pets. I'm William Green, and we are here at Fantasy Orchids looking at my collection. But before we do, let's have a look at some of the things that are going around the greenhouse. This is a beautiful Psychopsis, Mendenhall Hildos, beautiful butterfly-shaped flowers. We've also got a lovely example of Dendrobium kingianum, and this is a beautiful little dendrobium with just, the camera doesn't really capture the color, and it smells so nice and sweet. And when you first walk in Fantasy Orchids, they often have many beautiful orchids on display, and this is no exception. This is Dendrobium aggregatum, and it's not in full bloom yet. It's going to be unbelievable when it is, but it's just got these lovely showers of yellow flowers, and they're just so beautiful. Now over to my collection. What's this plastic bag doing there? Well, it's actually keeping the water off of my catasetums because I don't want them to receive any water when they're putting out their first new growths for the year. And right in front of them you can see the closed flower of my Bulbophyllum echinolabium. It's got a new flower growing. This plant is a sequential bloomer, so every 2 or 3 weeks or so it puts out a new flower, and they're really nice and spectacular flowers, but they don't last very long. That's okay because they keep coming. In fact, the last spike last year had a total of 15 flowers before it finally died off, but then it grew out a new spike, so that was nice. Another exciting thing about really even more exciting than flowers, is new growth pushing out, and I'm looking forward to a new pseudobulb growing on him soon. Now here's a cute little slipper orchid in bud, just getting ready to bloom. This is appletonianum, and it's going to have really pretty little purple flowers. I can't wait till those petals open up. Another one of my slipper orchids, this is Paph Prime Child. Man, this thing's been in bloom since the beginning of January. It's given me lots of weeks of beautiful flowers. But in front of it is the next big bloom in my collection. This is Phalaenopsis schilleriana, beautiful pink little flowers. And the first one has finally opened up, so let's get a look at this guy. This beautiful little pink flower is native to the Philippines, and what's so attractive about it is not only the color, but it's the shape of the lip is just this dainty little, almost mustache looking thing. And in addition to being just a cute little flower, it puts out many flowers. There are pictures of them if you look online of, Phalaenopsis schilleriana with hundreds of flowers on them. And not only that, they're fragrant, so this is a wonderful species to have. Now if we just want to look at some of the plants that are growing and how they're growing, this is Bulbophyllum lovely Elizabete. And normally this plant only puts out one leaf per pseudobulb, but occasionally, as we can see here, it will put out two, and that's cool. To me, that makes me think that the plant is doing well. I also like to see the roots pushing out, looking for a place to go to find some moisture. So I'm really happy with how this plant's growing. There's lots of new growth everywhere. This is Bulbophyllum antenniferum, and it's got a new growth pushing out here. It was repotted, and they do not like to be repotted, so it takes time to get going again. Here's a couple new growths on Bulbophyllum medusae. Always fun when there's two pushing out at the same time. There's also lots of growth on my cattleya seedlings. They've been pushing out little new leaves for the past couple months, and those first new leaves are starting to open up and actually look like leaves, so that's exciting. I'm just hoping that with all the new growth this year, that one of them is finally going to be big enough to push out a flower. Now, Cattleya rex is known for being a pretty floriferous cattleya. There are pictures of specimens with 8 flowers per spike. Well, that's great, but I'll be happy with just one, so fingers crossed we'll see something this year. Cattleya rex is a summer blooming cattleya, which is actually one of the reasons you don't see it around too much. Most people are looking for orchids that bloom in the winter, but if it is going to bloom, we're going to see something in July or August. Well, that's all for today from My Green Pets. I'm so glad you stopped by to see what was going on. I'm really proud of the way things are looking right now. And even though there's a couple things in bloom, what I'm really most excited about is the growth on those cattleya seedlings. I'm really hoping we see something exciting this year. So until next time, I'm William Green. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.